I've been working as a professional photographer and videographer for the last 7 or so years. And in that time, I've worked with a bunch of different cameras. All of my like work cameras are Sony A7 IVs. But whenever I want to feel like a little bit more inspired or shoot for fun, I look elsewhere. My favorite camera is, if you're familiar with my channel, is the Leica Q2. So I've kind of ventured a little bit into the Leica world. I also played around with some Fujifilm cameras in the past. I had an X100F in the past and an X-T3. So the one thing I had not been fortunate enough to like try out is medium format, film or digital. So I reached out to Fujifilm to see if I could try one of their medium format cameras for a trip I had in Hawaii. So they were gracious enough to lend me the GFX 102. And I gotta say, shooting with this camera for the first time, I really kind of see why people fall in love with the format. So this is not going to be a review on this camera, but my experience was like shooting with this camera in Hawaii for a week or so. So some pros, some cons, but mostly just photos that I was able to take on my trip to Hawaii. So a little bit of a disclaimer. Fujifilm did provide this camera for me. They do not get to see this video. No, they didn't pay me to say anything about this camera. I just really wanted to make a video on my experience on shooting medium format in Hawaii. And also, since I am going to be, most of my sample photos are from vacation. We stayed at the Aulani Resort that's owned by Disney for a few days. Also not sponsored. So all of my sample stuff, it's going to be mostly on Disney property. So yeah, they didn't pay me to make anything in this video. We just happened to be on vacation there, so not sponsored, but I am open to it. Right now we're walking in Waimea Canyon to this waterfall, and I'm trying to stop every here and there just to see what kind of scenes I can capture. It's there's a lot of greenery here, as you can see, but I'm trying to see what difference medium format can bring into scenes like these versus like full frame or APS-C, which I'm more used to carrying. After about a 20-minute walk, we were finally able to see the waterfall. So I took a couple pictures from it from a distance. I also noticed that there were some people swimming, so I really want to get some people in the photo just so I could see some perspective on how big this waterfall was. The level of detail I'm able to get out of these images really blew me away, because I took a couple pictures of this peacock here, and even zooming in, you get so much more detail than I'm used to with my full frame cameras. One thing I've been trying to balance out during this trip is I am on a family vacation, so trying to balance out taking photos while still spending quality time with my family. So right now I'm here trying to catch the sunset. It's not been in my favor because there's been some clouds the last couple of days, so I'm hoping that the sun will peek out through these clouds in a little bit, but I still want to get some medium format photos here just because it is such a nice day out, even though it is pretty cloudy. So trying to see what I can get. So I was actually able to wake up pretty early this morning to try and catch the sunrise. And when you're traveling with kids, you never know if you're ever going to get this opportunity to sneak away in the morning before they wake up. So he hasn't woken up yet, so I'm taking the morning to see if I can get the sunrise. Like I said, I'm not having the best luck with sunsets, so what I'm going to do is try not to take the same picture in the same point in this little island here, or this cove, and get a picture of the hotel in the morning and at night. It looks like the sun rises from this side, so I'm trying to see if I can get that sun to hit the buildings here, like kind of like a hair light almost. So I'm waiting to see. It doesn't look great just because there is some cloud coverage, so I'm just camping out to see if I can get this picture. One thing I want to talk about really quickly about this camera is the build quality. Like, this camera is built really well. I really like the heft of this camera. I know with the camera sometimes we're like, oh, we want it to get a little bit lighter, but I'd rather get a good solid camera that feels well in the hands. Like, obviously this is a lot heavier and hefty, so if you are someone who likes to shoot very quickly, this might slow you down a little bit. Slowing down for my photography really kind of helps me out get different perspectives. So I've really been enjoying shooting with this camera, and I really like this screen. By the way, this screen is really bright, and like, I'm able to see kind of what my eye sees. And a lot of the times with LCD screens or with camera screens, my biggest complaint is not like how it tilts, but how bright it is and how good it looks. Just because I wear glasses, I like to have that flexibility to use the viewfinder or the screen. So the screen itself is really good and really bright, but this viewfinder is crazy. It's so big and bright. For people that wear glasses, this is such a big advantage because you don't always get that with other cameras. So I'm always looking for a camera that has a better viewfinder more than anything. Again, it is so bright, and for me who wears glasses, I'm still able to get that full field of view without having to sacrifice a lot, because it is like a big annoyance. I'm trying to find a more quiet place because it's pretty windy, so I'm trying to record some audio, and the wind is really kicking in. So it's going to be a nice test of this because I am using it a lot to see how good it handles wind. So yeah, the thing I'm really enjoying about this camera is the new film simulation that they're putting in their newer cameras, like the Fujifilm X106. I know they just announced it. It's a Real Ace, and it's more of a neutral picture profile, film simulation. So it's not gonna have like a punchy look, which I really like for JPEGs more than anything, because if you are familiar with my work, a lot of my photos, I like to really have like a pop of color. I used to really be afraid of having color in my photos because I wasn't sure how much or how little to put in it. But since I've embraced color, I feel like it really has made my work have a certain look that I really enjoy. But shooting also RAW plus JPEG really gives me that contrast on what the image kind of sort of look like on the day of and what I can get out of it with my post-processing. So I really enjoy this film simulation. With film simulations, it's all a matter of taste. So depending on what you like your JPEGs to look like, it really depends on what film simulation you might like. But if you are already familiar with Fujifilm, all of their cameras have very similar picture profiles. Only their newer ones get like a new picture profile here and there. So I think that's definitely going to be a win for Fujifilm for all of their new cameras. Real Ace is such a good one. I've been chasing after the sunset since we've been here, which is like 3 days. So every day since I've been here, it's been cloudy or really windy. And today the wind has subsided a little bit, and it looks like most of the clouds have gone away. So I'm waiting for the right opportunity to take some photos. And it looks like everybody here is waiting for the same thing. I had such a great time shooting with the GFX in Hawaii, and I think it was like a perfect opportunity for me to kind of explore what the format has to offer. Like I said, I don't have much experience with medium format, and I've been kind of comfortable in full frame, so it was nice for me to explore other formats in photography. So I'm really happy with the results that I was able to get, all the pictures I was able to capture. So yeah, I definitely want to share more of my experience on the GFX. So if you want to keep up with that, please subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.